One rapper almost put hands on Akademiks for speaking on street politics, and another threatened to send him to the hospital for running his mouth too much. These are the times rappers checked Akademiks for being disrespectful. Let's start with Jeezy. Back in 2017, he pulled up on Everyday Struggle for an interview. Everything was cool at first, until Jeezy called out Akademiks and Joe Budden for constantly criticizing young street rappers and speaking on situations they really had no business in.
To y'all, up here critiquing shit, and it's just like, it's crazy because it's like you're critiquing some where these kids out here trying to figure their lives out.
Akademiks tried to justify it, saying the criticism was necessary because those rappers were destroying the black community.
Because they are getting a lot of like new rappers who are rapping about taking, getting a lot of people hooked on drugs, but they're looking like, well, if you were selling drugs and you live outside the community, you were pumping drugs to the community.
But Jeezy wasn't having it. He checked Akademiks right away, letting him know he was only making things worse by speaking on situations that already got people killed.
The newer generation now, the things that they're putting in their music is, we're gonna run off on the plug, we're gonna take this.
But instead of falling back, Akademiks tried to make a joke out of it. That's when Jeezy turned up the heat, letting Akademiks know straight up he is not about that life.
Funny, because you on the show, but you ain't saying that shit when your little homie getting his head knocked off.
You're right, because that is one of the things.
Absolutely, I know I'm right. You ain't never been there. Like, you don't know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, it's cool.
Jeezy doubled down, telling him he doesn't know anything about the reality street rappers really have to survive.
But once you leave this table and you go back home to your people and you go back home and live your life and you get on your blog and you talk your shit, these kids gotta still deal with this shit for real, bro. And they got more firepower, more guns than...
Even Akademiks later admitted that the Jeezy interview was his worst interview ever.
I remember just kind of asking certain questions, which are just really good follow-up questions, whatever, and like, you ever watch the Beanie Siegel, when Beanie Siegel was talking to Charlamagne, he's like, yo, you're not qualified to ask me that.
Ironically, the next time Akademiks got checked by another rapper, it was actually for defending Jeezy. Akademiks has been stepping on toes for a long time. But when he came at Freddie Gibbs in 2020, talking reckless, he got checked immediately. It all started after Freddie spoke on Jeezy, saying he was irrelevant.
Young Jeezy is musically irrelevant. Let's be real, dog. You know what I mean? Fight me, you can't out-rap me. Any that can't beat me up or out-rap me, I don't really give a fuck about.
Fred?
Let me get some more of that.
He also came at Akademiks' homie, 6ix9ine, saying he ain't really from the streets.
6ix9ine and Tory, like a young like that, I don't even hold to like street standards because this ain't street.
When Akademiks saw the interview, he got heated and said Jeezy was more relevant than Freddie.
Relevant, Freddie Gibbs, you're absolutely relevant as well. Okay,
you said
drop a album right now, we sell 50,000. The few people who with Freddie Gibbs, what relevancy does he have?
Gibbs was not about to let the disrespect slide. He fired back on Twitter, calling Akademiks gay and clowning him for paying for sex. Akademiks clapped back, saying he got more money than Gibbs and told him to drop his tax statement. The two went back and forth, with Akademiks calling Gibbs AF, Aki tough guy, and saying Jeezy was out of his league. Gibbs took it further, threatening to pull up on Akademiks. Akademiks told him to come debate him with facts on Everyday Struggle. Ironically, Akademiks got fired from the show not long after, although it was for a different reason. Because after going at Freddie Gibbs, Akademiks also started throwing shots at other rappers and celebrities, and even making disrespectful comments about John Legend and Chrissy Teigen.
I don't care if you John Legend or any other. How about you take that big ass mouth of yours and that fucking weird looking face and start promoting your man's album? Maybe you want to do 25,000 first week.
Complex immediately suspended him from Everyday Struggle, and Twitch hit him with a permanent ban. Freddie hopped back on Twitter to clown on him, calling him a bitch. Akademiks fired back, but that was not the end of it. The next time they clashed, it almost got dangerous. Because after Akademiks posted a clip of K Flock and Ron Suno's crew jumping each other at Rolling Loud, Freddie came at him saying, "I hope you post it when I run into you." Akademiks clapped back later, calling Freddie an internet gangsta and daring him to make an example of him. Freddie responded, saying, "Last time you lost your job. Don't lose your life trying to make a point that you can't prove." The two are still going at each other to this day. and their beef might never get resolved. But as wild as that was, it is nothing compared to what one of Akademiks' other ops did when he finally got the chance to face him one-on-one. When Chicago rapper Vic Mensa came on Everyday Struggle in 2017, Akademiks tried to get him to speak about the gang violence that had taken over the city's rap scene.
People outside the culture of Chicago, they hyped up the music, not knowing that real lives were being affected, deaths and other type of madness happened within the music, and the music was a real-life depiction of that.
But when Vic responded, it was clear he had a personal vendetta against Akademiks.
Slap you in your face, honestly. And I'm just seeing you here, so I'm like, this is a tame environment, so I would keep it to my words, but I really felt as if
Vic called Akademiks out for profiting off real-life situations in Chicago, saying he had no right to speak on them.
Specifically, like, you ain't never have a right. Like, whatever made you feel like you had a space to have a perspective on our people dying on a daily basis?
Akademiks tried to defend himself, saying his content was not negative.
When I saw Drill was so hyped up by everyone, I had to give a different perspective of what that was for people to realize that's not cool. And whether you agreed with it.
He even mentioned a couple of rappers who didn't like him at first for his Chirac content, but later admitted his videos made a positive change in the community. Vic wasn't buying it.
You don't think it was nothing constructive about it?
There was nothing constructive about it, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I really think you were, because.
In what sense?
Because
Vic explained the real reason he had beef with Akademiks was because of a video Akademiks made about one of his homies, Trey 57, who got killed 3 years earlier.
Grew up with, I've known since I was 5 years old, and to see you come on the internet and like with this corny ass little voice and make jokes about it, like, you know, I was waiting to see you.
Vic was not playing. He let Akademiks know it was on site the next time he pulled up in Chicago.
And it's a couple people waiting to see you. I heard you say you didn't want to come to Chicago when I sat down, because you clearly don't, because you really couldn't even stand outside. You get chased out the mall.
Akademiks tried to clap back, but Vic checked him straight up.
Bro,
No, doesn't everybody wait on everything?
Not in that way. You really built a following off of clowning our deaths, people that I really know. And
Akademiks was getting pressed so bad that even Joe Budden switched up on him, telling him he can't be speaking on a culture he was never part of. Vic didn't take it further since cameras were rolling, but later he hopped on Instagram and let Akademiks know he was still gonna get touched sooner or later. But if you thought that was crazy, this next rapper checked Akademiks even harder for playing with street politics. Akademiks is no stranger to street drama, and some of it can get really dangerous. Gilly Da Kid tried to warn him, letting him know he was not untouchable, but Akademiks was not hearing it, saying he was always ready for the smoke.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I move off self-defense. I never said I was gonna do nothing to nobody, but I always said I was gonna defend myself.
Gilly checked him quick, telling him he was playing a dangerous game by trying to act like a civilian and a street dude at the same time.
And you saying, I ain't gonna do nothing to you, I'm just gonna defend myself. But what if actually pull up? And then actually pull out? Because
Gilly pressed him further, asking if these situations were really worth risking his life over.
First on the draw, lay the law. Ain't no defending yourself when that cooker come out. So then now you done invited a to a whole situation that, is it really worth it?
Akademiks fired back, saying he could handle himself since he had the home advantage, but Gilly schooled him right there.
That sound hip and cool, because I know that break in the cribs and play home games too.
And just when you thought Gilly was finished, he went even harder on Akademiks, letting him know the streets do not play like that.
I know a kid right now that's locked up because he murdered 4 motherfuckers in their home. So hold on, so nobody ain't untouchable, bro.
But the next rapper checked Akademiks for a whole different reason. Back in 2022, Diddy hopped on Twitter to announce the birth of his 7th child. Word on the street was that Young Miami was messing with Diddy at the time, even though it was never confirmed. Akademiks decided to speak on it, calling Young Miami Diddy's side chick.
Young Miami is like Diddy's side chick, like one of them, like a bunch. Like he got like about like 8, 9. You know what I mean? She's like one of the. Okay, maybe I shouldn't call her a side chick because.
Young Miami clapped back on Twitter, calling Akademiks a snitch and telling him to keep her name out of his mouth. She made it clear she was nobody's side chick. Akademiks doubled down, clowning her for getting mad at him and saying he was just pointing out the obvious, since Young Miami herself once claimed that she and Diddy go together real bad.
You single, well, we go together. So how would you feel if I be telling people that I'm single because we go together? Real bad.
The two went back and forth with Akademiks trolling her for having a meltdown about Diddy's new baby. After about an hour, they finally let it go. But the situation got so big that Diddy himself had to step in and clear the air, saying Young Miami was never his side chick and never will be. He also let Akademiks know he does not argue online, and if anybody hurts his people, he will pull up to their house for a one-on-one. Needless to say, Akademiks knew he pushed it too far. Just a couple of days later, he hopped on stream to walk back what he said. After City Girls dropped their third album, Raw, in October 2023, Akademiks hopped on stream to clown them for selling less than 10K in the first week.
And I talked to almost the head of the RIAA. If you don't know who that is, they told me this shit went 15 times plastic. This shit was ridiculous.
He kept trolling, saying the group had fallen off and even telling JT to get out while she still could.
JT, you're clearly the talented one of the two. If I'm you, I jump ship now. Okay? You gotta do the Sway Lee. Out of it. Peace. 2 fingers. I'm out. Okay?
Akademiks even pulled up to Vlad TV and called Young Miami out for using a homophobic slur against him.
I believe a lot of black women is why the levels of homophobia is what it is. Gay friends, right? Because, you know, women always say they have a gay best friend. Let them get mad at a straight dude.
Then he dragged Saucy Santana into the mix.
Be using those terms towards those type of people if you love who your best friend happens to be.
Young Miami was not about to let Akademiks speak on her like that. She clapped back on Twitter, telling him to shut up. That is when Saucy Santana stepped in. He hopped on IG Live backing Young Miami.
Akademiks, you keep talking about what the Carisha said to you, how Carisha put about you is how she put about you. Me being her best friend, that don't have nothing to do with me.
He threw shots at Akademiks, saying he was always in women's business.
In the hood and in a lot of urban cultures, when you see boys that are acting feminine, that are being messy, that are being extra and doing that's what you address them.
Then Santana brought up Akademiks' recent beef with Glorilla, checking him for picking on women for entertainment.
I wake up this morning, you start with Glorilla, a girl. What the fuck is you bothering her for? What the fuck is you doing interviews? Keep talking about Young Miami for? You think nobody won't press you up? And that's the problem.
He wrapped it up by telling Akademiks to pull up to Young Miami's Halloween party for a face-to-face.
You can publicly bully a on the internet every day, but you don't want to get into a spat or a combat or a physical altercation with a gay boy. But you like to argue with though. Stop playing with people.
A couple of days later, Akademiks decided to clap back after getting drunk. He hopped on IG with a screenshot of private DMs between Saucy Santana and Young Miami, talking about their private relationships. In the caption, Akademiks called Santana a silverback gorilla and accused Young Miami of being involved in Diddy's freak-offs, taking direct shots at both of them. Santana saw it and went off. He jumped on IG Live to check Akademiks for coming at him.
Akademiks, it's that 9 o'clock in the morning. You talking about you drunk. But what you doing on my page? You fat. I told y'all, like...
Santana completely blacked out on Akademiks, saying he was the last person who should be body-shaming anyone.
Dare you ever, silverback, you, nickelback, quarter pounder. Let me tell you something, gorillas, though. I really don't know what your obsession is with gays and bitches.
He even dropped a bomb saying the real reason Akademiks was always hating on Young Miami was because he secretly wanted her.
I used to think maybe you want Carisha, but now it's just evident you want to be Carisha. You want to be so bad, and I keep telling y'all that. Y'all already little. All they got to do is split it open and tuck it back.
Santana ended his rant by throwing more shade Akademiks' way.
You keep on. We're going to come around out of New Jersey. We're going to put a stick up your way and roll your around like a rotisserie. Keep on. We're going to put your on the grill, open your fucking mouth, open it and put an apple in.
Akademiks fired back, telling Santana to pull up. Santana responded by calling him an internet gangster with no street cred.
We want to meet you outside. I want to meet you outside. I don't want to pull up to no headquarters, corporate.
Santana made it clear it was on site the next time they crossed paths.
We want to see you out the door. in the streets, in the field, in the streets, in the club. Yeah, somewhere let's get it on. That's what the f we want to do.
And then he took things even further.
Bitch, and after I bitch, I'ma f you on your because you a bitch ass nigga. That's what we do to you. You always mother pressing a BBL. Bitch, you sit on your thick.
And those threats hit Akademiks hard. He quickly responded, saying he never hated anybody.
Bruh, listen, I don't be really hating on nobody else. That's why I be really taking offense when these other media niggas speak on me, because I really don't be hating on y'all. When y'all really just speak on me on some crazy, I'll never be hating on y'all.
He tried to clean it up, claiming he did not hold hate in his heart. And it was Young Miami and her crew who were always trying to bring him down.
I got positive vibes for y'all. One of y'all is Jamaican. I'm Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica. I got no problem with you. I want you to win. But I've always realized that these little media outlets, and I get it.
But then he got emotional.
Everything we've talked about, bro, I've never cared about. I don't care what rapper got at me, bro. Ever. But like, really, this shit I really don't f with.
Akademiks said he did not want to get canceled.
Say the wrong thing. I know what we got going on. I love it. I'm trying not to get canceled. But it does bother me.
You could tell he was trying to stay politically correct, carefully choosing his words, and admitting he had to tiptoe around the LGBTQ+ community to avoid falling out of favor.
I hate certain to the soul of me. I can't. I'm only pretending. Because if I say what I want to say, I would never be here for y'all. But that's not my content.
Safe to say, Saucy Santana knows exactly how to push Akademiks' buttons, just like this next rapper did. Unlike most of Akademiks' beefs, the situation with Erykah Badu was not started by him. It all kicked off back in 2017 when Erykah pulled up to the pod and started trolling Akademiks.
He definitely helped propel a new
Say
wave.
propel one more time.
Propel.
One more time.
Propel.
One more time.
Propel? Am I f***ing up?
At first, Akademiks thought they were vibing, especially when Erykah said something about him felt familiar.
Familiar.
I look very familiar.
Yeah.
Do you have YouTube?
Yeah.
You have Twitch?
Have we met before?
I don't think so. No, I would definitely know if I met you.
But Erykah was not done trolling.
I hope by the time it finishes, though, we figure out who Thomas really is.
Shoot, whoever Thomas is, but I might have to be Thomas.
It makes me want to eat cereal, whatever.
Then she dropped the punchline, and Akademiks did not find it funny at all.
You know who you look like? You look like Jerry, the mouse from Tom and Jerry.
And that was supposed to be the end of the bit, but for Akademiks, it was the start of a grudge. Fast forward 5 years in 2023, and Ak finally got his chance to clap back. Somebody on Twitter tagged Erykah under a post exposing Akademiks for leaking info from Tory Lanez's camp during his trial, asking her to work her magic. Akademiks went from 0 to 100, telling Erykah not to speak on him and making it clear he was not taking the same kind of disrespect she pulled last time.
Erykah Badu, let me tell you this. You keep my name out your mouth too. Listen, that whole little everyday struggle shit, that was another era, my nigga. I'm down to violate all you these days. Fuck what y'all got going on.
But that was only the beginning. Akademiks fired more shots, saying he was not scared of whatever she thought she could do to him.
All that little same shit you got going on ain't straight up. I'm telling all of y'all this because I don't respect y'all. I would like to let all y'all know I don't respect y'all.
He did not even hide the reason for going off. He admitted he was still salty about Erykah calling him a rat years earlier.
Quit Erykah Badu after she came on my show and she was trying to be funny. Trying to fuck with you after that. What's up now? What we finna do?
Then he took it further and clowned her for hooking up with multiple rappers in the past, calling her ran through.
Rappers that ran through you, none of you. Stop playing. How many young rappers you chased trying to fuck them too? Stop playing. What are you talking about? I'm not playing with none of y'all.
Erykah fired back on IG Live, clowning Akademiks for spazzing out over a 5-year-old joke.
I learned today that something I said 5 years ago in jest when we all laughed actually triggered someone's really deep-rooted trauma.
And then she flipped the whole situation into a business move. She launched a new incense called Badu, with the cover showing Jerry the Mouse rocking a gold chain with Akademiks' government name, Livingston. Akademiks was so stunned, he had to give Erykah props, calling her a marketing genius. But while things never got too ugly between Ake and Erykah, the next rapper had a whole different kind of issue with him. Back in 2018, Nipsey Hussle came at Akademiks, calling him a weirdo and saying he talks too much.
DJ Akademiks is a meatball to me, so he said stuff. He said some stuff about Chicago, rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, he's a buster. He's a weirdo.
Nipsey did not hold back. He let Akademiks know he could get jumped in the streets for constantly speaking on Chicago. He even brought up the time he had to walk away from everyday struggle because of him.
Cameron, you gotta just let clowns be clowns, man. Like, I was on Everyday Struggle, and I walked out just because, you know, I'm not a clown. I don't.
Nipsey called Akademiks out for instigating drama and pushing street beef to a bigger audience just for personal gain.
Up, excuse me, are we live?
No, we good. We can bleep this.
We used to up for trying to film fights, covering no drama. That's called instigating.
Right.
And what's up with you? Why you at it?
He broke it down even further in another interview, accusing Akademiks of disrespecting street culture by trying to critique it without ever being a part of it.
Come from where this thing started. If you don't come from the energy that created this thing and that people are drawn to this thing because of, be careful how you critique this thing.
Nipsey explained how dudes like Akademiks used to get jumped in the hood for chasing clout off real-life situations, and he made it clear it could get ugly for him at any moment.
Supposed to be understanding. We're supposed to catch you at Complex Con or wherever you at, and we supposed to spank you for that. And you're supposed to learn, I was wrong.
Thankfully, Nipsey never pulled up on Akademiks before his unfortunate passing. But this next rapper almost started throwing punches at Akademiks in the middle of an interview. Akademiks was doing an interview with Quando Rondo back in November 2024 when things got heated after he asked Quando how he got little man syndrome.
And I think people ego, they would never say that. Huh? Like, you admitting that there was a time that you had little man syndrome. Like, people are always...
Quando responded by saying it came from having to survive in a dangerous environment.
My little man syndrome came from being locked up, though. My little man syndrome came from, like, being in a situation like that, to the point where I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to be a big dog here.
But the interview went left when Akademiks tried to play devil's advocate.
I'm asking this as devil's advocate. I'm asking this in a devil's advocate way.
Bro, I don't want to.
Quando did not get the figure of speech. He fired back, letting Akademiks know he would walk out if Ake did not stop talking about the devil.
I ain't gonna lie, I promise you, for you even just saying the devil name, I want to just take these microphones off and walk out that door.
No, hold on.
Boy, I can't let you slide.
Luckily, Akademiks managed to calm things down and convince him to keep the interview going. But this next rapper had to flex on Akademiks after he tried clowning him for being broke. When Soulja Boy pulled up to Everyday Struggle in January 2019, everybody knew it was about to get wild. The interview started smooth until Soulja started claiming he was the hottest rapper in the game.
Play me and crack jokes on me, and you know what I'm saying? So now I'm back in position, and it's time to like, I'm the GOAT, bro. I'm the hottest rapper, bro. I'm that nigga. I started this shit.
Then out of nowhere, he turned on Akademiks, saying he made him.
I think Akademiks sitting in here right now. I'm the reason Akademiks sitting in here.
Nah, hold on,
yo. Okay. Before, when I was...
Soulja kept pressing, telling Ak that hip-hop did not even respect him until Soulja shouted him out.
Shout this thing out, bro. Before me, nobody respected Akademiks in the rap game. I know all the rappers. None of these... I'm the first...
Hold on.
I'm the first to say DJ Akademiks.
From there, he started calling Akademiks a hater.
Couple days,
it wasn't hate.
You sold it out, and you think you hit my line on finessing E1 and all that, bro. Y'all gotta put some respect on my name, bro.
Akademiks could not even clap back because Soulja just kept going, making it clear he was not the one to play with.
None of these new artists will be getting no record deals, bro. I'm the reason Lil Pump exists. I'm the reason that Migos is on.
Before you start talking shit, hold on, man.
What's happening then?
Why the f did you try to square up with your cellular device?
Then Soulja called him out for blocking him on Twitter.
Tried to apologize to you 2-3 years ago. You had me blocked on Twitter forever.
Yes.
How much money I made off my console?
Is this a picture? Man, bring me to the app, man.
How much money?
Akademiks tried to get slick and clown his Gucci headband, saying he wore it too much.
Pretty nigga look good, I'm sexy. It is what it is.
You gotta get rid of that Gucci headband, though, right? Like,
no, you know what this is a war stand, because y'all keep clowning me, I'm gonna wear it even more, so y'all can keep talking. I love it, bro.
So Soulja flexed some bands right there, letting everybody know he was loaded.
For the rack shadow. I can go buy, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking 30 of these headbands, bro. I got this shit on as a symbolization. Y'all funny, y'all.
He got so heated at Akademiks that he started cussing him out on set.
Oh, so now, y'all, bro. So I'm the hottest now. Y'all gotta face it and y'all gotta respect me, bro. Or I'm slapping the shit, bro. How? And it is what it is. 18.
Well, but what happens when Akademiks' own co-hosts have to check him for stepping into situations that have nothing to do with him? Joe Budden had to put Akademiks in check for bringing up the situation that eventually led to XXXTentacion's death, a whole year before it happened. Joe let him know straight up that he needed to stop speaking on street drama.
Street niggas think that I'm responsible for the things that you do and say. So now I'm talking to you. The street niggas know me already.
After that Migos thing, I was getting a lot of calls, man. I was like, yo.
You could tell Joe was coming from a place of concern, schooling Akademiks like a big brother, but Ak was not trying to hear it.
And I only have an issue with you because when I watch these XXX clips, I hear your name. I have to now be involved in this little kid
Joe told him he was only making the situation with X worse by talking about it too much.
Do you say that you are breaking street protocol by telling every thing that happens? Does somebody say that to him?
Akademiks fired back, saying he was not a street dude, so he did not have to follow the street code.
I'm not a street nigga. I wouldn't
and this is my point. That's my point. The niggas that's not street niggas, I'm one of them. I raised my hand immediately.
Joe schooled him again, telling him if he was not affiliated, then he had no business speaking on it in the first place.
Street niggas should not be involved in street niggas. And regardless of how the framing of this looks because of how he is framing it, this is street niggas.
Joe warned him he was getting too caught up in street business that could get somebody killed.
Even feel comfortable saying, hey, Akademiks, put this up because now you are involved in street protocol.
But Joe was not finished. He put Akademiks on blast, telling him to mind his business and stop chasing clout off street rappers and their beefs.
Posting a girlfriend? Stop it.
I'm not
Do not explain it.
No, I gotta explain.
Do not rationalize this behavior.
I'm not rational.
Akademiks tried to spin it by saying he was just playing his role as media, but Joe was not buying it.
You not ready to entertain or pertain in that type of, if you're not with the shit like that, which clearly you're not. You not. He's not. Then shut your ass the up.
But as if getting checked by Joe Budden was not bad enough, Akademiks also ended up getting clowned by a fan for acting too goofy. Akademiks was at Fig Munity's live show in New York back in November 2023 when a random fan started pressing him. AK got pissed and told the dude to pull up for a face-to-face. Akademiks started talking tough, calling the dude a pussy and letting him know he could get whooped real quick. But as soon as the fan stepped up and really started pressing him, Akademiks realized he was messing with the wrong person. Akademiks knew things could go south fast, so he backed up and let his crew handle it. But this next rapper had Akademiks crashing out after dissing him on a record. Lil Baby fired the first shot at Akademiks on the track, Top Priority, off his 2022 album, It's Only Me, letting Akademiks know he ain't untouchable. Akademiks acknowledged the diss on his IG story, then shaded Lil Baby on Twitter, saying he was trying to pick on him instead of dissing his real ops. A couple of days later, Lil Baby went on The Breakfast Club to clear things up, saying he only used Akademiks as an example for all the trolls coming at him, and that the diss was just a general shot.
Meaning somebody who be on the computer all day.
Got you.
It wasn't really
trolling. It wasn't at him,
saying
he just used him as an example.
Yeah, But I seen another interview, he like rappers.
Lil Baby admitted the real reason he name-dropped Akademiks was because Akademiks had been firing subtle shots at him, calling him broke.
Broke, they leased their car.
You said Ak, you ain't got more money than me.
Oh, man, come on.
I never thought about that. I never in my mind did I even think to compare y'all financially.
He do all the time, though.
Okay.
Not with you.
In response, Akademiks told Lil Baby he was ready to snitch on him if he ever got hit with a RICO. Akademiks claimed the diss was a direct threat toward him, and he was ready to play dirty to get his lick back.
That I could get touched. Real talk. I'm showing up to court with a Walkman. Click. That said Akademiks could get touched.
He let Lil Baby know he was not playing, saying all it would take is one call to the DA and Baby would be locked up.
Judge, you know what to do. Bond denied. Scared of Fonnie Willis. Okay? Don't let me Charleston White, y'all. You're scared of Fonnie Willis.
Then Akademiks took it even further, challenging Lil Baby to a fade and saying he would choke him out. The two kept throwing shots back and forth before their beef finally died down. But if you thought that was crazy, wait until you see what happened when this next rapper checked Akademiks for speaking on his relationship. Blueface and Akademiks did not have any serious beef until September 2023, when Akademiks tweeted a clip of Blueface and Christian Rock after she slapped him in the face with a Henny bottle on a reality show. Blueface responded by saying he had more money than Akademiks, but quickly walked it back, saying he did not really have beef with him and only replied once in a while for some free promo. Akademiks thought the drama was over, so he tweeted back, saying he still rocks with Blueface, but told him to focus on the music for now and keep the relationship stuff aside. He also pushed the idea that Blueface was in an abusive relationship. Akademiks probably thought he was cooling things off, but it only made the situation worse. Blueface got heated and checked him for showing fake love. He took it further, saying Akademiks was hating because his rap career never took off, and followed with another tweet saying he was just giving Akademiks back the same energy he had been throwing at him for years. Instead of firing back, Akademiks started trolling, posting Blueface's new head tattoos to clown him, calling him son, and even suggesting his house was in pre-foreclosure. The two kept trading shots online. Blueface posted a screenshot comparing their Spotify monthly listeners, telling Akademiks to stop talking about people's music careers since he clearly failed at rap. He also cleared up the rumors about his house, saying the cops were only trying to kick him out because his crib was labeled a nuisance to the neighborhood due to several arrests and fights. He then ended the response by letting Akademiks know he still had more houses than him. The shots must have landed because Akademiks tried making peace with Blueface, but even while saying he was rooting for him, he still slid in a few slick comments. Blueface then went on No Jumper to call Akademiks out for hate-watching Crazy in Love, his reality show with Chris Ian.
Said me and Rock doing the show is a bad idea, but they're watching full circle, like every episode. They're reporting on it. They're promoting us.
Who have you spotted?
Akademiks, for sure.
He took another dig at Akademiks and others like him, saying they were just chasing viral moments off his crash outs.
Viral moment, whether you get dragged or not, it's still it brings in customers, so I see why people do it. Obviously they got to speak on the hottest topics at the time.
Blueface accused Akademiks of constantly switching up, praising him one minute and tearing him down the next.
Right now, he'll suck my dick till this motherfucker come, and then later on, fix his mouth. After he fix his mouth to be like, oh, this is not a good idea. He must.
Then he reposted the clip of Akademiks challenging Lil Baby to a fight, letting him know he could take the fade too. When Akademiks stayed quiet, Blueface hopped back on Twitter to troll him, saying he was picking and choosing who he wanted to play tough guy with. But Blueface was not finished. He doubled down, body-shaming Akademiks, calling him fat, and accusing him of trying to pay random dudes to take the fade for him. Even though the two went at it heavy on social media, their beef fizzled out as fast as it started. But this next rapper had Akademiks genuinely spooked after she threatened to pull up on him. Nicki Minaj and Akademiks have been at each other's throats for years, especially since Akademiks will not stop throwing shade at her music and her personal life. But things really got messy in September 2019 when Akademiks went on stream for another Nicki rant, calling her bitter and saying she was obsessed with Cardi B.
It's just her mentally, she's going through it, but she has this whole thing that everybody's against her. that all the pundits just want Cardi B to win. She's obsessed with Cardi B. I just have to let y'all know that.
He also accused Nicki of being paranoid and picking fights with anyone who did not support her.
Everybody want Cardi B to win, or everybody's just hating on her and just coming up with narratives. I'm not Team Drake, Team Nicki, Team Cardi, Team whoever when it comes to...
Nicki did not like Akademiks constantly speaking on her. She slid into his DMs and threatened to break his jaw if he did not stop.
Because this is who they are. Nicki hits me today. She says, I'm reading verbatim. I could screenshot, throw it up on the screen afterwards.
According to the messages, Nicki went in on Akademiks, demanding to know why he kept hating on her, while also letting him know she had all the information she needed to teach him a lesson.
This is Nicki. You've been mad since I made a joke about you with Joe on my show. The people you rep won't be able to stop your jaw from getting broken.
Akademiks then jumped on Twitter and claimed that Nicki had put a hit on him, telling fans to hold her responsible if anything happened to him. He later explained the beef in an interview with Vlad TV, revealing how it all started in the first place.
I did a video talking about her video looking at where she had Malcolm X, I believe, on the cover.
Akademiks said Nicki turned him into an oppa after he criticized one of her covers for being inappropriate, even hitting his video with a copyright strike.
Got some legal notice that it's copyright. What? Okay. Which is not. And I fought against it, but I was very public in fighting against it. I said, yo, Nicki's trying to take my...
Luckily for him, Nicki and the Barbs never pulled up to teach him that lesson. But speaking of lessons, Akademiks ended up getting schooled by an OG after saying something that almost got him blacklisted from the entire hip-hop community. In September 2022, Akademiks went on stream clowning the pioneers of hip-hop, calling them broke and dusty.
I tell you, them old rappers, man, bro, have you seen any of these old rappers who be like, yo, they're the foundation of hip-hop really living good? Them niggas be looking really dusty.
He doubled down, saying their bank accounts did not reflect the fact that they helped build the culture.
I be looking like, every time they be like an old nigga talking about hip-hop, you be like, yo, bro, you sure you invented this? Because everybody else living better than you.
Not surprisingly, his comments caught the attention of several OGs, including LL Cool J, who hopped on IG Live to clap back at him.
It came to my attention that a DJ basically said that a lot of the pioneers in hip-hop are, they're dusty or...
LL told him flat out that being a legend has nothing to do with money.
To pile up millions or billions of dollars does not mean that they didn't make a contribution to this culture.
He also pointed out that no other genre disrespects its pioneers the way hip-hop does.
A lot of even rock musicians, a lot of them, we don't talk about their bank accounts. A lot of great country artists, we don't talk about their bank accounts. This idea that...
LL made it clear that the OGs deserve respect for paving the way when the world wanted nothing to do with rap.
When hip-hop first started, there were no managers. There were no accountants that believed in it. Record companies didn't even believe in it. Nobody believed in it.
He ended his response by reminding Akademiks that even he is eating today because of the work those pioneers put in.
Guess what? That money, that bread, that food that you eating was created by those same people that you disrespected. That industry was created by them same people.
The backlash got so heavy that Akademiks had to go on The Breakfast Club to explain himself.
Down to talk to LL. And I'm gonna talk to T.I. reached out too. T.I. is hilarious. T.I. was like trying to talk to me yesterday. He said, yo.
He admitted his tone was out of line, but he still stood by his argument that many of the OG rappers were broke.
But even if I was wrong, or quote unquote wrong to most people about any point, I still stood on it. You know what I mean? So again, of course, I'm on the stream, which by the way, as a broadcaster, I've been learning that a lot.
But that was not the last time Akademiks got checked for doing too much. Back in December 2019, Canadian rapper Nav randomly came at Akademiks, calling him out for always meat-riding rappers. Akademiks tried to play it cool at first, saying he only wanted Lizzo, and throwing subliminals at Nav, insinuating he was only trying to beef for clout after his career cooled off. He followed it up with another tweet, saying Nav's career was cold, and that the reason he was not talking about him on his platform had nothing to do with favoritism. It was just because Nav was not hot anymore. Akademiks then brought up a past interview where Nav complained that most people didn't recognize him despite how famous he was. He clowned him for that, saying Nav was meat-riding the media and acting like he was desperate for attention. He hopped back on Twitter to cool things down, saying he was only making an observation and must have struck a nerve to get Akademiks crashing out like that. But Akademiks doubled down, saying Nav was just salty and that he never kept that same energy with other rappers. Nav never responded, and the two eventually squashed their beef a couple of years later on Akademiks' podcast.
Exactly what triggered that thought, but it was, I think it was like the lean talking and shit like that, like being fried.
But in hindsight, like play this.
Speaking of which, that was not the last time Akademiks got checked for meat-riding the rappers he liked. When radio legend Star replaced Joe Budden as co-host on Everyday Struggle back in January 2018, things went left from his very first episode. As soon as the conversation turned to Drake, Star came at Akademiks for meat-riding too much.
You were literally on Drake's. I think you did like 7 or 8 segments about Drake. So he fires
the hottest rapper in the game. It's like you still talking about LeBron, dog.
He fires a shot.
Akademiks defended himself, saying there was nothing wrong with covering the hottest rapper in the game multiple times. But Star was not having it. He fired back, clowning Akademiks for getting too excited when Drake dissed him on a record.
It's a shot back at you. Now we're sitting here and you're thirsty to see if he really acknowledged you. Now, I like Joe, but that has nothing to do with nothing. Joe can get it as well.
Star also told him straight up that Drake was not rocking with him like he thought, but Akademiks clapped back, saying he did not care whether Drake acknowledged him or not.
The hottest rapper in the game, and I'm sorry,
who's not you, by the way.
Okay, who cares if he is or not?
You care.
No, I don't.
You care. We're sitting here talking about you care.
No, we're talking about us.
But Star was not the only one to press Akademiks. His reckless commentary also got him checked hard on his own show. After Wale dropped his 2017 album Shine, he pulled up to Everyday Struggle for promo, but he also used the opportunity to press DJ Akademiks for some of the things he had said about him in the past.
You don't have, somebody like you don't have no credentials to call me nothing like that.
That's what we do. Listen, I've never called you corny. I started it out by saying
somebody like you doesn't even have the credentials.
Akademiks tried to explain that he was only reporting on how a lot of people perceived Wale at the time.
Over some shit I said, people, right? The perception of you is that you might be corny. You thought that was me saying it to you. I'm just clarifying. I'm just clarifying that I didn't say that personally.
But Wale wasn't having it. He brushed off the excuses and accused Akademiks of going out of his way to look for hate.
Looking for it. Like, you looking for hate on Wale, you gonna find it. You looking for hate on Kendrick, you gonna find it.
Do you think I'm looking for hate? Be honest.
Let me tell you about yourself. You a satire nigga, right?
He also checked Akademiks for saying his album was a flop after selling less than 26,000 in the first week.
You think you flopped?
You can't flop when you connecting, baby. You can't flop when you connecting.
So the numbers don't matter.
You can't flop when you connecting, dog.
Flop is a business term.
Let me tell you something.
Wale even flexed his sold-out shows to remind Akademiks he is who he says he is.
I'm invincible now. I faced my worst jump, and it's not so bad. My show, the tour show, my LA show sold out in 6 hours.
Although Wale got heated, he managed to keep his cool throughout the interview. But you know who couldn't keep their cool after Akademiks straight up started trolling them? These next dudes. Back in 2017, while Akademiks and Joe Budden were doing a red carpet interview with the Migos, things almost went sideways. It all started when Akademiks trolled Takeoff for almost getting left off one of the group's biggest songs, Bad and Bougie.
Bad and Bougie. You think I'm left out Bad and Bougie?
Say again?
You say I'm left out Bad and Bougie?
What'd you say?
You say I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Yeah.
Do it look like I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
What'd you say?
Yeah, Akademiks thought he was being funny, but Joe Budden didn't see it that way. He told him to wrap up the interview, but Akademiks kept going. Joe wasn't having it. He did a quick mic drop and stormed off the set.
Close it.
Hey, listen, man, I wish I could talk to the Migos longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeeded, man.
Hey, man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
The Migos felt disrespected and immediately started squaring up with Joe and the crew.
Wait. No, wait.
Thankfully, security stepped in before Akademiks and Joe Budden caught a beatdown. That situation didn't end up turning violent, but when Akademiks came at a female artist for no reason, he got humbled fast. SZA and DJ Akademiks have a history that goes all the way back to 2017. when Akademiks hopped on stream to clown her appearance before she went under the knife. TDE President Punch wasn't having it. He fired back on Twitter, calling Akademiks weird and D, straight up labeling him a clown. Then in 2023, Akademiks came at SZA again for allegedly sneak dissing him.
SZA, we remember your real face. Stop playing with me. You feel me? What SZA do? Nigga, I don't know. She was put on some sneak disses to me. She must think I'm a complex. I'm fine at everybody.
This time, he went even further, trolling her looks and calling her a fat mini Lizzo. About a week later, Punch stepped in again, saying he'd been debating whether to even address Akademiks publicly, but letting him know he was going to have to answer for the disrespect. Punch later deleted the tweet, but Akademiks hopped back on stream talking tough, saying Punch was all talk and no action.
I think y'all catch yourself trying to be Suge Knight. None of y'all are Suge Knight. You couldn't be Suge Knight again today. You'd be locked up in a cell. So I see some people trying to do it, but they even try to do it via social media. I just want to remind all y'all again, none of y'all are Suge Knight. You don't strike fear in my heart.
He even bragged that he's dealt with people way more dangerous than Punch.
I did content about the biggest killers in the world in Chicago. I talked about the worst people you could imagine.
Punch didn't respond, but shortly after that, Akademiks switched up. He dropped an apology to SZA, claiming Drake personally called him up and checked him for going at her like that.
Because I'm not trying to put a burden on your soul. And that wasn't the intended purpose.
Akademiks eventually stopped trolling SZA for the time being, but the two still ain't cool. And things got messier in 2025 when Akademiks publicly sided with Nicki Minaj after she got into a heated back and forth with SZA on Twitter. That was a couple of weeks ago. Since then, the beef has finally died down